Today I want to talk about perspective because I made a video about helping people as a Christian, and that would be the oil and also the judgment for us. So if so, a lot of people would want to take something, from that policy, like hacking it and take advantage of it, and they would kind of want to say, "Oh, we are poor. Uh, why don't you care about us?" Right? As a Christian, you're supposed to be a communist. You're supposed to be handing out all of your money equally. And to them, I just want to say, right? Why don't you give all of your money to the people in Africa, for example? To them, you look rich. You look like you have no scarcity. Or to the people who are, homeless, for example, I rarely see homeless people, complain as much as some other people or people who are communistic, right? And why don't you, give a lot to them? Because to them, you are super rich, you are mega rich. And at the conclusion of things, right, I just want to say that you don't know other people's problem. And just because other people live fancy, it doesn't mean that they are equal with God already. Like they don't have scarcity. Having a lot of companies probably have put them into a trap of life. They are trapped, or maybe, for example, the easiest thing to think about is debt. A lot of debts. Having a multinational company means you are exposed to multinational issues, and you might think like, oh, I can sleep peacefully because my company is making a lot of money. But then in a different country, your company probably is not making a lot of money. And maybe in such an opposite situation with the country that is over here or over there. And it's just endless, right? It is just endless scarcity for those people. It probably is, if the management is kind of problematic. So you want to say, oh, okay, so you are without scarcity. The next thing you should do is to adopt us as little kids. Um, Again, right? People say that it is unfair for Jewish people to not give interest to their own people, but to other people give interest. It's not about the interest that is a problem. The problem is in the God's willing, right? You don't know what God is going to do. Probably God is not going to give you money for 3 months and then give you a special blessing in the fourth month. You would never know. So it's as if you're holding God's destiny hostage if you kind of have a scheduled debt or a collateral or a stake that is scheduled. So that's the problem, really. Interest automatically would fall onto that category, but the real issue is that. And talking about interest, then it is about the payments of service. It is actually pretty good. It doesn't if you take a look at it independent from schedule, right? You don't have to pay interest every other period, and you would pay interest at the end of your debt, for example. You would give a service fee, right? So pretty much like interest. So as someone who give thanks, someone who knows how to reciprocate, that is family. You understand me? That is one tribe of Israel. It is unlike any other tribe because it is based on fairness. So the tribalism here is necessary, not a glorified thing or a pride thing. That's what's supposed to be. So the same thing applies to Christians. That's what I'm saying. If you're supposed to help people that are help Christians that are, oh my God, what is this here? I don't, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to do like this. So you gotta take care of the least of your family, obviously. But the thing with Christian is fairness is God's nature. So if you're a Christian, you submit to that. And also the parable of the talent entails that a Christian is a productive person. He's not someone who just work hard in order to be seen as working, but someone who's actually work relative to the solution of the problem, someone who actually make things increasingly better, that and aim for eternal solution. So he's not trying to work all the time. He's just trying to work until the problem is permanently finished. Someone who aims for permanent, perpetual finishedness, and a lot of other discipline as well. So if you give interest to someone you don't recognize yet, it is only normal, in my opinion. So it is a difference of doctrine. Probably it's much deeper in a different religion, but that is the logic. If our doctrine is being attacked, I gotta give an answer. That is my command. That is what is said by Peter, the leader of the church, always ready to give answer to some questions about the religion. Of course, I could not understand everything, but if I could give an answer to you, or if you question something about the doctrine, it is something that is recommended to answer it. So here I am doing the answering. That the logic is actually not like that. We are not being the thing that a lot of other religion assume us to be, and I just want to put it out there. And capitalism, again, guys, is not anti-family. We are just refuse being wasteful. Okay, as someone with discipline, you're not supposed to be wasteful, throwing resources uselessly. But sometimes people have different discipline, different orientation. So you might see like religious activity for atheists, for example. Religious activity, giving money to the church, is a wasteful action. For Christians, for example, someone who is committing sin is a wasteful action. For someone who is working hard in order to achieve higher hierarchy, people who are not political probably seems to perform a wasteful action. So there are different point of views of laziness. And initially I just wanted to say, guys, so the the right thing to do is to not claim what is already other people's property. And if you pose a threat to that, that is the meaning, the value of money of the country itself. It reveals your rebellious inclinations, and it reveals your threat to the nation. Okay. And maybe a little objection, it is something that is within the tolerance of discussion, and we should be able to question and object to a lot of policy issue, not somebody else's property in particular. But at the end of the day, there are complications, so we ought to discuss maybe, and settle things with in a civil manner, civilized manner. However, though, if you keep on accumulating this communistic attitude, you it will be hard for you to not be a threat, an actual threat, or an actual risk to the smoothness of the increasing prosperity of the community. And in other words, eventually you're going to commit either theft or a riot or a deception, or what do you call it, a scam, or any other criminal action. It is kind of predictable based on the attitude of anti-meritocraticness of that is accumulated within a person. I mean, what are the options? Okay. If you have any other say, please leave your comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.